All right, you guys, we are live in effect. It is the Locker Room Show. Sorry for the little delay. We got to make sure all the bells and whistles are intact. Let me cut off my notifications here because we have an amazing show for you guys tonight, as always. Bringing the football topics that matter to you, the things that you guys need to know about the football industry so that you can get to the next level a little bit more easier than the next cat. So I've got my trusted partner with me, none other than Q the Guru. What's going on, superstar?
What's going on, Coach? I can't call it, man. We got some hot topics, man. Everybody lock in. Make sure you press that button, man, and let's break the huddle.
Press the button. Yes,
Hit the button.
indeed, man. Hit the button so that
Hit
you
the
get
button.
all the notifications. You know when we're going live, and so that you can join us. Join in on the football convo. We want to hear from you. So, hey, we got our comment section. This is live. Feel free to jump in. Let us know where you're from. Let us know who you are. And then obviously for those that are joining us for the first time, all the topics that we cover each episode are at the bottom of the screen on the ticker. So, you guys know what's coming. We're going to get in, we're going to get out, and then we're going to get to the next level. So the first one, obviously, is hot off the press.
Man.
Top of the day, hot off the press. And it's none other than Tyrique the Cheetah Hill. And we know him as a Kansas City Chief running through people's secondary. And now he's throwing up the deuce. And now he's going to do that in South Florida, in Miami. And I wanted to ask you, Guru, from kind of a business side of things, let's say you're the GM. Do you think that this move is more from X's and O's and Miami thinking they can make a leap in the AFC? Or do you think this is more of a put some butts in the seats type of a move?
Well, you know what, Coach? Actually, I think it's both. I think they really killed two birds with one stone because, in my opinion, this is it for Tua. So we like, you have to understand, like, if from a GM standpoint, a front office standpoint, we have the most explosive player in the NFL, in the whole league. So if you can't get it done and get him the ball, I don't know what to tell you in regards to Tua at the quarterback position. And of course, with him being such an electrifying player, of course, he's going to put butts in the seats and sell a ton of jerseys. So, yeah, they covered both with that move.
So do you put them as a contender in the AFC as far as a championship, or you still got Bills and Tennessee, some of those other
you still got too many organizations, man, with solid rosters, man, that are doing well. Tyreek he's one guy. I mean, he's gonna help you put some points on the board, but being a legitimate contender, I really don't think that was the case. He got a nice payoff. They got an explosive player, like I said, to put butts in the seats, and it worked out well for everybody.
Definitely, and I hear you on that. And our good friend Hugh says, good thing he's out the AFC West. So I don't know who your team is, if it's the Raiders or Denver or whatever, but a lot of DBs are definitely glad that Tyreek is out of the AFC West. And we are on to our next topic, you guys, and this is one that is hot off the press too. Obviously, a lot of these young athletes are going through Combine. They're going through their pro days. They're trying to find a way to get on somebody's roster. And Q, Deion is trying to get his boys a look. And as well as I do, all these organizations, these NFL teams don't attend every pro day unless you're Alabama or Georgia. Right. So in this case, do you think that Deion, he's ripping the Eagles, do you think that the NFL legend is just getting a little sensitive, or do you think that everybody should attend a Deion HBCU workout?
Yeah, I agree 100% what he's saying. They should give it, man. Deion has some killers. He has some legitimate, bona fide, solid players, that can do damage in the NFL. And the fact that if they're not getting a look due to the fact that they are at a historically black college, that's a huge issue. And I agree with him. If if we're down here in Mississippi and we see the same scouts that are supposed to be right here in Jackson State on our campus, clocking our boys, and we see them at Ole Miss and Mississippi State, like he said, it's going to be a problem. Absolutely, it's going to be a problem. I agree.
Now they have established an HBCU combine and everything. Do you think that they just need to expand the regular combine, or do you think it should be split up?
No, it does.
HBCU com
Absolutely, it shouldn't be split up because that's the whole goal for these HBCU programs is to grow to the extent and be on that level of other Division One programs. So why would it need to be? Why would it need to be us and them type of situation? These kids, a lot of these kids that they're looking to get in that are 4 and 5 star kids that you're gonna see start trickling into these HBCUs that turn down Alabama or Ole Miss or Georgia that are going to end up at these schools. They're going to have to come see them. They're going to have to come see them. So, I mean, yeah, you shouldn't split it up. These should be, as competitive as the next school.
And it's going to be real interesting. I know some of these HBCUs have some games scheduled with Mountain West programs and other programs. So it's going to be real interesting.
They're going to start beating them, too. They're going to start beating them.
We are on to our next convo, and this is another one. You guys, we're covering the things that you guys go through, the things that you're going to see in the future. We want to discuss it. We want to hear back from you, but we want to make sure that this ain't taboo, that you already know what's going on. You know how to move in the industry. So in this one, this is a big one, Q. I mean, when we play, we couldn't get compensated outside of the scholarship, but there's an organization that is saying that Black athletes, a matter of fact, are not being compensated fairly. And I really highly recommend that you guys check this out. This is the Virginian Post or Pilot, excuse me. But they're saying in this article, Q, that because the football, Power 5 football and men's basketball bring in so much money that these athletes need to be compensated even more outside of NIL opportunities and the scholarship. Obviously, NIL is not guaranteed. So what's your opinion? Do you think that it's just so far beyond compensation that the athletes in those two sports should get some more money?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you really want to make it fair, they really need to make it where all student athletes get some type of salary. It's just that football and basketball would get paid more. But
they're employees.
Right, but not no. See, here's the thing, Coach, but not so much employees. They need to be 1099 individual contractors. That's why, again, before you go pro, and that's why you got to tune in, because you need to understand about LLCs, because now as a student athlete, you're a walking billboard, you're a walking LLC. So they need to be classified as 1099 1099 people instead of W-2 employees of the university. They need to be 1099 independent contractors, because that's essentially what you are.
How long do you think those contracts should last?
They should be renewable at the end or beginning or end of every season.
Okay. All right.
That's
an interesting look there. And that can definitely benefit athletes. Some maybe more than others, but that's an interesting look you guys got to think of right there. And right now we're on to our next one. Speaking of Combine, Q, and what some of these young men are going through right now. We've been through it ourselves. Give me a little advice, man, because these guys are doing workouts. Obviously, right here, you see Malik Willis, the young guy from Liberty, and he's supposed to be a first-round pick. In the background, you see Mike Tomlin smiling after he had a great workout, and he says he went to dinner with Mike Tomlin. So, Q, these guys are going through a lot of life changes, when they're getting close to the bag. And let's say you're Malik Willis's uncle or his brother or something. What's some guru advice that you're telling your younger brother or your nephew as he gets closer to putting on that NFL cap?
Keep your nose clean. I would tell them, see, what these young players need to understand is everyone thinks that it's always about on the field, 40 times, vertical jumps, broad jumps, shuttle times. These teams are a business. They want the best players for the least amount of money. So the way that they're gonna chip away at what they feel like that you're worth as a player is
Okay.
off the field issues. He didn't show up to class. Maybe he has character issues. That's gonna affect your money that they're gonna pay you. I've seen
Okay.
guys where you'll drop from round to round because of off the field issues. I've seen, Coach, you've seen plenty of first round talent dudes go second day, not even first day, third
Free
round. We're
agent.
talking fifth, sixth round
Yeah.
because of off the field issues, but 100% first round talent because
Yeah.
a domestic issue with a girlfriend on campus. You see what I mean? So
They're gonna dig for that.
they're going to dig for that because that's giving them legitimate reason to sit down and negotiate with their agent and say why we can pay you less money. We recognize your talent, but this is why we can't really pay you. Even though you're worth this, we're not going to pay you that because of A, B, and C.
And that's a great point, Q, because and we've seen it, man, and it's probably even deeper than we grew up with, as far as because there's more money involved. There's more liability, that now there is Twitter, there is things. So, I'm not gonna say the name, but my senior year at CU, we had a young man go first round, and not the team that drafted him. So not the team that drafted him, but a team that was seriously looking at drafting him because he was a first round level talent. This is big investment. Locker room show. This is big investment. Actually hired, man, an ex-FBI agent to kind of snoop out things, snoop out
private
what time is he coming home, type of thing.
All the time. I've heard of private investigators constantly being hired by these teams to follow a particular player just to wait for you to make a mistake. Oh, well, we have documented, sit down, they'll sit down with your agent. Well, we have documented on this date, and this date that he was coming in and spoke with his coach that he broke curfew with 3 or 4 days within a month or whatever the case may be, and they will use that, guys, against you to pay you less money. Happens every single time. Every time.
Wow.
You have to be accountable off the field. You have to be. It's not everybody thinks, hey, if I pop that 4-4 sub 4-4, I'm good. If I do that and jump this 36, 37, it's curtains. No, they will find a reason to pay you less money. Yeah, they will find a reason to pay you less money. And then on top of that, the wonder lick and other things that don't have nothing to do with in regards to physical talents or physical gifts.
Now tell me this, Q, before we hit the next topic. This young man is from Liberty. That's not Alabama. That's not Tennessee. If Q the Guru is a GM, do you have any problems drafting a quarterback high that's not from a blue blood or from a major Power 5 conference?
No. You look at a number of quarterbacks that have been Carson Wentz wasn't from big school. I think he was from North Dakota State. The other kid that came right behind him, at North Dakota State out in Frisco. So it's one of those things where a quarterback, you can make the reads or you can't. You can make the throw or you can't. It's pretty much what it comes down to. So no, kid. If you see him on tape, the kid's got a Civil War musket for an arm. He's got a rifle for an arm. But then again, so did what's my man that came out of a while back? That was with the Raiders.
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell. So he had a gun too, and probably could read on a third grade level. So it's always going to get you where you need to go. But I think he'll have a shot, and we'll see what he can do.
There you go. And it will be interesting to see who picks him up. Our next topic, and it's already on the ticker. If you're joining us live, thank you for joining us. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and please feel free to chime in on the topics, or if you got a question, let us know. But this one is an interesting one, Q, and I wanted to come from a standpoint, man, of the work environment. Recently, there has been reports that the Washington Commanders, whether it's the name or some of the other things with the owners, man, it is not kosher in Washington. And it says, as Commanders steady on the field, business operations stumble. And what they're talking about is, we have to understand, young football players, that there's a front office side, there's a non-football side, right?
Right.
To these college programs and these NFL
Yeah.
organizations.
Yeah.
And they're saying that from the non-football side, man, people are not vibing with the Commanders. So I wanted to take a kind of different outlook to this one, man. Let's say you're a DB playing for the Commanders. Let's say you're an established DB, maybe third or fourth year in the league. You're doing your thing on the field, but you're in a contract you can't get out of, and you're in a terrible work environment. It's been deemed terrible by the NFL. Do you think guys should get extra compensation for that, or is it just luck of the draw? That's where you ended up. You got to grin and bear it.
I mean, I wouldn't say grin and bear it. I mean, but Coach, that's what you have agents for. To see where if there's something that the current contract can be renegotiated in any way. And I mean, who knows if your agent brings something to the table that's legitimate, like poor work conditions, or something legitimately that can be stood on. To have a discussion, then that's a possibility that extra compensation can come out of it. To be honest with you, we've heard really this. We're talking about this now, but
yeah.
Robert Griffin was making comments about this all the way back when he got drafted. That was like, what, 04, 05 that he was talking about this same work conditions, and obviously no one's done anything about it. That's over 10 years ago.
That's
so this has been going on for a while with the Redskins organization, the Commanders, Redskins, what have. But it's been going on for a while with that organization. It hasn't been any change.
So they're probably at the top of the list of some places guys don't want to get drafted to if they got a choice.
Right, Coach. But the question is, why is it that Commissioner Goodell hasn't done an investigation? That's the question that I want to know, is why is it that, it being a known fact, why is it that Commissioner Goodell hasn't made the NFLPA and himself conduct a thorough investigation on that organization?
Well, I thought they did, but they just, I guess nothing, they kind of swept it under the rug. I thought, or maybe they said they were looking into it. I don't know.
I said a thorough investigation.
Good point.
Just because they showed up doesn't mean it was thorough. So that's the issue. They need to check that out, definitely.
That's a big one. And we are on, you guys, to the lightning round. You guys know what time it is. It's the lightning round. We all love the lightning round. That is where we have a little bit of word association. So if you're joining us for the very first time in the locker room, it's only episode 17. So we building this baby up. But if you're joining us, that was quick, man. We ripping through these.
We on episode 2 like a week ago. I swear to God,
I know, man. Well, you're having fun, man. Time be flying. So the lightning round, you guys. The lightning round is the real deal. Basically 60 seconds to see whoever the guest is. In this case, it's our very own Q the Guru. How many keywords, how many topics they can get through in 60 seconds. So we got a good list for tonight. You ready to go, Guru?
Always.
All right. So the lightning round is where he has to say the first thing that comes to his mind, unfiltered, unprompted, unrehearsed, and it's time to go. So let me get my stopwatch ready so we can get it popping here. And
throwing those Raleigh finger curveballs at me all the time.
Yeah, I got a couple in here. Let me make sure I got everything going on. Okay, so we're gonna reset. We got the stopwatch ready, cool. And we about to get it going. Now, whoever has the most right now is 9. We got some more guests lined up, so we're gonna put them through the drill. But right now is 9. Whoever has the most at the end of the spring is going to get a special gift from the Locker Room Show and Before You Go Pro. So let's see if Q can get a gift and keep it in-house, or we're going to have to come out of pocket, Q. All right. So this one is about to begin. Number 1, go. Tony Dungy.
One of the greatest coaches of all time, and actually a great player.
Brian Urlacher, Old Bear.
Oh man, super talent, had a long, solid career.
Safety, Jamal Adams, Seahawks.
I got him as my top 3 safeties in the league right now.
Okay. Wide receiver Devontae Adams.
Paid.
Paid. Q's kicking back. He's drinking beer or wine?
Wine.
Wine.
Definitely wine.
He's going to the game. He's listening to Meek Mill or Drake?
Meek Mill, definitely.
Wide receiver from Alabama, Jameson.
Oh, man. Repping 314, St. Louis all day. Repping.
All day. 54 seconds. Better fans. OU versus Nebraska. Time. But you guys heard it right there. And I can ask this man because he's played against OU and Nebraska back in the heyday where it was going down in the Big 12. So let's count that up. You did pretty good, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So I don't know. That might be your top, but one away from the drop. So we might have to. I don't know, Q. We can't come out of pocket too much, man. We might gonna have to get you gamed up for the next one. We got our good friend Andy Peak who stopped in. He said, "Great job, fellas. Keep it going." Hey, hell of a football player in his own right with me back at the University of Colorado, and now doing a lot. And then doing a lot with multimedia, entertainment, big stuff. Check out Andy Peak. And then Eric Foss from the Foss family says, beat the clock. Beat the clock. So we right there. Now you guys, we are on to our last segment, and that is the Q&A. The Q&A. This has been a good show. I mean, Tyrique Hill, Deion, we're covering Power 5 topics. So we're getting in and out on these topics, so you guys stay gamed up about the industry. So Q, with this one, man, I'm gonna come to you, and this is one that I thought of for you because I really want to get your opinion on this. Obviously, we got a lot of young football players and parents that tune in to this. Right now, we're hitting the end of March, so we got April, May, June, July. These kids are going off to college in about 4 months. It's going to get real. Let me ask you this, man. In your opinion, and maybe think back on all your KU Jayhawk days, how important is the roommate piece for a young student athlete in the guru's opinion? For these athletes that are listening, maybe leaving in 4 months, they think they got the dope roommate, or maybe the parent is kind of looking from the outside in, man, on the situation. How important is, my son's going off to Virginia Tech, and you're going to be a freshman. How important is that roommate piece?
Man, your room dog is huge, man. Especially your freshman year. Both of you all are getting acclimated, and I think that is it could be one of the best things ever, or it can be an absolute disaster. Because if you have a roommate that you're not clicking with, God knows that could be huge. I mean, depending if a kid can't handle it, it could start affecting them on the field, man. I mean, if you have, your roommate in there, running girls in it out, loud or playing music, whatever the case may be, it could affect sleep, which can affect you, class and performance and everything else. So having an awesome roommate is a really, really big deal. Really big deal. I was fortunate enough. My roommate, it was out of my same high school, so I really lucked out at Kansas with one of my good friends, Mike Allen. But not every kid is that fortunate. So definitely, be wise in who you pick for a roommate for sure.
And Eric Foss, good football father right there. 2 sons. One's already in college. One's about to go off. Says good one. Be careful who you pick. Definitely. Sure. What's your opinion, Q, on dorm versus apartment for these young, the freshman, the sophomore? Does it matter? Or?
You know what? It matters. I would tell any parent I would not want my kid as a student athlete, especially obviously we're talking about a football player here, to be off campus before their junior year. Sophomore year and freshman and sophomore year, in my opinion, they need to be on campus. They're still getting
Okay.
acclimated to the university.
Keep it simple.
Absolutely. I mean, and then you're talking about, I mean, these campuses are immense, man. I mean, I know that, Boulder, I can only imagine what it's looking like now since you are a freshman, T. I mean, myself,
Yeah.
at Lawrence is huge. Or,
Yeah.
so it's like you need to get used to that. You're still kind of taking it in and getting used to your surroundings.
Did
and
you
trying
do
to
2
find
years dorm?
I did. I
Okay.
moved out. Yeah, I moved out my junior, that summer after my, sophomore year. Then I got, an apartment off campus.
Co-ed
It's
dorms or split up?
no, it was actually, man, Jayhawk Towers in Lawrence is nothing but football, the football and basketball players primarily. I think it
Oh,
might be like a
okay.
couple of co-ed floors, like one or
Okay.
two co-ed floors, but primarily the whole apartment
Athletes.
building, yeah, is all the hoopers and the football players.
So you seen some people sneaking in and out the Jayhawk Towers, huh?
Yeah, man. But with social media then, boy.
It'd be tight. It'd be tight. So there you guys have it. That is like I said, the locker room. We're gonna bring you in, we're gonna close the door, and we're gonna keep it real with you. That's all this is about. We're talking football. We're not talking, I know some of these other shows got a lot of football, but then they'll get off in some other things. We're talking football, we're talking about game you up, and what you need to do as far as your homework, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching this recorded, is please do us a favor. This is content that we work hard to bring you, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so we can blow this thing up. And we can take it to the top, and it can be well known, so we can get the information to all the athletes, all the parents, the coaches who love football and want to win in the industry. So, Q, before we leave off tonight, anything before we leave for the audience, man?
You know what? No, like I said, you guys keep working hard. Like Coach said, before you know it, you're gonna be walking across that stage. Be careful this summer, man. The summers after senior year can get crazy. A lot of excitement going on. And this, just be safe. Make sure you get to school safely and lock in. And when you get to school, and do what you need to do. Getting those playbooks and getting those school books, getting your classes, and get it done. It's a job now.
Again,
It's a
for
job.
some of you guys, this is a money summer.
I'm
Money
telling
summer. You 2023s. This is a money summer.
Big time.
Where you be at the right camps. You might get some money in your back pocket.
These are
So
facts.
hey, we love you. We'll see y'all next week. Every Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Locker room doors will be open. We ain't going anywhere. We're going to come hit it hard. All right, fellas. We'll see you at the top. Q, we out.